This is the Wire Report for 2130 Zulu, October 13th, 2023. Precedence is routine. The information cutoff date is 2030 Zulu, October 13th, 2023. Bottom line up front. Israel begins ground combat operations as invasion of Gaza is imminent. Israeli Defense Forces order the evacuation of civilians in Gaza. Day of Jihad results in few isolated attacks. Beginning with international events, on the Middle Eastern front, Israel orders the total evacuation of Gaza north of Wadi Gaza, which roughly divides Gaza in half. The United Nations urges Israel to rescind the order, as less than 24 hours has been given to evacuate over 1.1 million people. The United Nations states that it is, quote, impossible to evacuate everyone by the deadline. Nevertheless, Israel has begun limited ground combat operations on the outskirts of Gaza. Limited skirmishes have begun in West Bank and the Golan Heights as well. The Lebanese army has allegedly begun shelling targets in northern Israel. No further information on this at this time. Strategic military movements are being reported in Syria, Iraq, Jordan, Egypt, Lebanon, and Turkey. But due to lack of corroborating information and unreliable sources, little intelligence can be gained at this time regarding the strategic moves being made throughout the Arab world. United States Carrier Strike Group 12 remains on station Eastern Med. Carrier Strike Group 2 is steaming into the Mediterranean Sea. The United States deploys B-1 Lancer assets from the 7th Bomb Wing to the United Kingdom amid growing tensions. Terror attack update. Isolated lone wolf-style stabbing attacks occur in France and China. More substantial attacks have not yet materialized as of the publication of this report. On the home front, in the United States, pro-Palestinian demonstrations continue in most major U.S. cities, with minor clashes reported as pro-Israeli protesters join the fray. Analyst comments for this wire. In retrospect, the short notice offered by the declaration of global jihad probably limited the number of attacks that could have been carried out with any success. However, now that the ultimatum has been issued, the threat of domestic attacks is not limited to a single day. Israeli offensives into Gaza will likely be a flashpoint for genuine attacks and false flag operations alike, encouraging enhanced vigilance as tensions in the Middle East remain high. Israeli forces are likely making final preparations for a ground offensive, which may begin in earnest within the next 24 to 48 hours. Limited ground clearance operations have been conducted along the Gaza border, but the main offensive thrust is likely to occur after a final artillery barrage and bombing campaign along the Gaza front lines. This concludes The Wire for 2130 Zulu, October 13th, 2023.